Hey guys, welcome back to Be Unemployable.
Oh my gosh, if you guys aren't watching the video of this, go back to YouTube and watch the video of this episode because Cosmo, Maggie's new puppy, is in the video and I might talk like this the entire time. I'm gonna die. He's so cute.
He may not be able to hear you because I'm wearing headphones, but that's fine.
Oh my god, look at
This
his
is
ears.
He's so precious. He's so precious. So Cosmo Kramer, my 7-month-old puppy, he's younger than we thought
Okay.
by 3 months.
Yeah.
He is
Oh
hi.
my god, I'm gonna die. I don't know if I'm capable of recording a podcast and talking like a normal human because he's so. Oh my god, look at the kisses. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna be quiet now. Okay, you talk. Oh my god, he did big yawns.
He does big yawns, he does big stretches.
Oh my gosh, I'm dead.
He is the most. Here, I'm just gonna move this a little.
Yeah,
down.
please. Like, I don't really care to see you, Maggie. I love you, but I do want to see Cosmo the entire time.
I'm not wearing a bra, so
I don't care.
sorry.
Look at the baby.
Sorry for the free range titties, but here we have a puppy.
We have a puppy.
So I got a puppy, you guys. His name is Cosmo, and he is amazing. So he is 7 months old. His mother was a Chihuahua Dachshund mix, and his father was a terrier. So he's a little big, a lot bigger than I thought he'd be. He is currently 19 pounds. Now, our biggest... Oh, he's leaving. Okay, hi. Hello. Just me now. He's currently 19 pounds. He'll probably get bigger because he's only 7 months old. But he has got short legs for his size. He's got a longer back. And he's got a giant head. It's hilarious. Like when you're dealing with him in person, he's got a big old head. If you start hearing him cry, it's because the other dogs are on the other side of the door.
Okay.
So it's not that I'm mean to my dog. So he's adorable. Hi, baby. Oh, you're so cute. Who's so cute? So he is, I got him from a rescue that is 2.5 hours away from me. He is part of a hoarding situation that was happening down there. He was taken months ago out of the hoarding situation, but he was part of a litter. So they got the mom, the dad, all of his brothers and sisters, and other dogs out of the situation. What's up? What's up? We have training treats for him because he is growing. So he's eating a lot. I found him on Pet Finder.
Mm-hmm.
And fell in love with him. Now, I look at Pet Finder like kind of a lot. Like Pet Finder and Zillow are like my Pornhub. Like I'm just like, oh.
Fun fact, my last semester of undergrad, I literally failed an exam because I was on Pet Finder the entire class period. And It was an interesting psychology class. Like I was getting A's in it. And my professor was like, I don't understand what happened here. And I was like, to be totally honest, I already have a job lined up and I was literally looking for dogs during your entire class and it's totally on me. Like, you're a great professor. I was not paying attention to you. And then I got an A on the next exam. But like, I literally failed an entire like midterm because I was on Pet Finder the entire time. Anyway, I had to say that. Keep talking. So Pet Finder and Zillow is like your Pornhub. Yeah. It's
Those
a thing.
Are like that's hot. Like houses and animals. Not like animals are hot, but you know what I mean.
No. Yeah.
So they're just the best. They're so cute. So he just jumped out at me and like he is on my lap trying to get in my shit. He does not have manners yet. We are working on them. But he just jumped out at me. His name was Brownie on there. And I was like, absolutely not. His name is not Brownie. But I could see how his name could be Brownie. He has brindle feet. He has a brindle muzzle. He's got a little spotted dick sheath. Like, he's just so cute. So he's just the cutest little puppers. And I fell in love with him. So I, for the first time in my adult life, because Sean handled both the other ones. So he found Sam on Pet Finder, like, he handled all of them. But in first time for me, I reached out and was like, I'm gonna need this dog. And the president of the rescue got back to me and was like, he's actually my foster, and explained his situation and said he is being bullied by all of the other dogs because he's so sweet.
Aww.
The other dogs are mean to him. They corner him. They nip at him. And he fights back. Like, he will show his teeth and he will fight back, but he doesn't start anything. Like, he's just so submissive. And when I met him, his tail was between his legs and he, like, immediately went to show his belly. And by the time we got home, like, no joke. So there was an accident on the way home and it took forever to get home. But by the time we got home, he was nuzzling for kisses and, like, sitting on my chest and just in love with us. And he's been like that. So we got him on Saturday and we were recording this on Monday. And he has been like that ever since. Now he is attached to all four of us. Like, he is mainly attached to me. Second would be Sean, and then third and fourth are the kids. Mm-hmm. But he's fully housebroken. He's crate trained. We've tried to get him to sleep in bed with the kids. First night he did sleep with Logan, but then he's slept in his crate, even though he has a bed to sleep in. He goes to his crate to sleep.
Aww.
He's just a good boy. But I had to take the mirror off the wall in our bedroom because it's a full-length mirror. And when he sees himself, he doesn't bark. He's not a barker. But when he sees himself in the mirror, he starts barking and, like, getting aggressive because he's scared. And, like, he literally walks behind my dresser and hides.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. So we've got to get over some stuff. He's my oldest dog is crazy asshole. That's not his name. His name's Crowley. But he has a vet appointment today to get on anxiety medication. My oldest dog does, because he wants to eat Cosmo alive.
Okay.
Sam is super welcoming of Cosmo. He's just excited. But Crowley wants to eat him alive. So, and I know that's just anxiety based. Because that's how Crowley is. So he has an anxiety medication because he has to be tranked to go to the vet in general.
Yeah.
So he has an anxiety checkup today.
Okay.
So that he can meet Cosmo, because Cosmo wants to be with them. Like, he wants to. And his foster mom, the president of the Kind for Paws or something like that. I don't remember the name of it, but I will gladly tell you all the name of the rescue. As soon as I remember it. Nope, you can't have that. This is the most curious dog I've ever met. He's more curious
all
than
over Maggie right now. I wish you guys go watch the video if you haven't already. Like, if you're not watching it right now, go watch the video. I will actually upload it. Unlike the other ones that I haven't uploaded yet.
Oh my gosh, stop. That's him on the mic.
It's kind hands for paws. So,
that's what it is.
Yeah, kind hands, the number 4 paws.
And he came from Becky, the president, and she's amazing. She gave him, I mean, I donated to have him, but he came to me with a collar, a leash, and a harness.
Oh,
I was stop it. He keeps booping the mic. But Becky was amazing. We spent an hour together. Becky, Sean, me and Cosmo.
Uh-huh.
We spent an hour in the grass just hanging out, making sure that it was a good transition, that he was comfortable, he didn't feel abandoned.
Uh-huh.
Like that she made sure, she said, I've turned down people because I just don't like the energy when I see them. But
Absolutely.
Cosmo
Yeah.
came over to us and was, by the end of the time, he was hanging out with us. So she knew he
Oh.
would be good, and he is so good.
He's such a good boy. He's perfect. He's so perfect.
He is. So yeah, that's how I ended up with this guy. I wanted him immediately, and Sean's like, "That's a big dog," and I was like, "Because we have small dogs, like super small dogs."
Right.
I mean, Crowley's 16 pounds. He's not super small, but this guy's head, he has the head of like a medium sized dog.
Yeah.
And he has the body of a small dog.
It's
But
hilarious.
he has the head of a medium, like he got the head of a bigger dog and everything else of a small dog. It's so funny.
That is hilarious.
He looks like a cartoon character, but he's so beautiful. Yes, he is. Oh, slipped me the tongue. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to since we last spoke.
We don't even need to talk about me because all I care about is Cosmo. That's literally all that I care about. Like, my Spark Notes update is just getting shit ready to move. We're going to be moving. We're leaving Michigan on Friday. We should be in Colorado by Sunday, Monday. So, really excited about that.
Hi, Angel.
And we've already talked about how Cosmo is going to be on the plane with you when you come to visit.
I've been taking him everywhere. I went to the studio with him and let him, like, he's good at riding in cars. He vomited the first, like, when we brought him home.
Mm-hmm.
But he'd also apparently eaten everything under the sun because I'd never seen so much vomit out of a dog.
Uh-huh.
And then he didn't vomit either way to the studio. They were back from the studio.
Yeah.
He's so good. He literally just lays down in the passenger seat for the whole car ride.
Oh.
Like, you just make a bed with a blanket or a bed, and he lays down. Like, he's a good travel buddy. He's learning how to walk on a leash, so I gotta finish that training with him.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll be an amazing travel partner.
I'm so sad I'm not going to be able to meet him in person before I leave. Like, if I was leaving even a few days later than I am, I would go to Ohio and meet him, like, right now.
Yeah.
So that means
he's worth a trip, and I'm not kidding.
Oh my! I know he is. I know. Look at his little face.
He's worth a trip. He is perfection.
Oh, and this is just a friendly reminder that if you don't like dogs, we don't like you, and don't listen to our podcast anymore.
Yeah, if you don't like dogs, we are not the podcast for you.
We're really not.
Because
I don't even want it to show that you're a viewer. Like, just hop off right now. I can't.
We are dog people.
Dog people. More than we are people. Like, I feel like
right.
we bonded over that really quickly, though.
I prefer animals.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, animals don't have money, so I'm not able to dedicate my life to service of animals. I do have to serve people because I do need to pay my bills.
Yeah. Joe and I joke that our dog Newton is running multiple businesses, one being a home security business. That's a 24-hour home security business, and therefore he needs Bruno as reinforcement. So we talk about Newton as if he's a very, very high achieving businessman. But
he is.
He is. He just he's still in the startup phase of his business. He hasn't figured out how to generate revenue from it, but he's very, very high achieving business owner.
Crowley would be a murderer if he were human.
Okay. So he'd be like
he'd be a serial killer.
Serial killer.
Yeah. I am from Ohio.
Uh-huh.
And we do have a fair amount of serial killers.
Who's from Ohio that's a serial killer, like famously?
Jeffrey Dahmer. I actually have a whole shirt coming. Would you like me to talk about it? I will tell you.
Yeah.
So if you guys didn't know, I also like murder. No, I don't like murder.
You want to rephrase that?
I'm a big fan of murder.
I'm a big fan of people killing people. Oh my gosh.
But I do like true crime. Okay, that's
Yeah.
the best way to say it. I
Yeah.
do like true crime. And I just ordered a shirt, and it's a serial killer shirt. This place, it's on Etsy. They do all like serial killers based on the shirts or based on the state, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they have this whole, it says greetings from Ohio, and there's the state of Ohio, and then based on where they're from, it has the mugshot of the serial killer. And then the
Oh.
back of the shirt, it looks like it would be a concert
Mm-hmm.
shirt,
Right.
like
Yes. Yep.
the location and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. It's the name of the serial killer, their nickname, their victim number, their body count, and then the years active.
Oh, wow. Damn.
So I have that on its
Mm-hmm.
way. It just shipped. Um, but we have, let's see, we have the Cincinnati Strangler. We have Dr. No,
Mm-hmm.
which Dr. No is actually, uh, it's a show right now. It's a miniseries.
Oh,
We have
dang.
Angel of Death. We have Doctor Death. That's also a show right now.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Cleveland Torso Murderer, who is never identified.
Ooh.
And then most recently, which was 2007 to 2009, we have Anthony Sowell, he was the Cleveland Strangler. Like he literally had one of his victims jumped out a second story window to try to escape him. Like it was
Oh
a
my
big
God.
deal. So when that was happening, um I was working. I was actually working at AT&T, but like I was working out and about like in corporate,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like a huge deal when all that was going on.
So I need to buy that shirt and then wear it when I need to travel solo so that people see that and they're like, you know what? That's not the single female that I want to fuck with today.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, she knows how to fight back.
She knows how to fight back. Yeah.
Hmm. So yeah, I just bought that shirt for myself because I
I
was
love
like,
that.
that shirt's amazing.
I love that journey for you.
Thanks.
Maggie, I just
Thanks.
realized we didn't talk about what we're going to talk about today prior to starting to hit record because I told you we need to start immediately so that I could hear about Cosmo's backstory.
Surprise.
Surprise. That's
So pick a topic and
hilarious.
let's talk about it. Pick a topic.
Let's pick a topic. Let's pick a topic. No pressure as this is being recorded.
This is live, guys.
This
This is
is
what it's all
live.
about.
This is how we decide our podcast topics. We don't do the thing where we plan ahead. We just literally right before we hit
this is
record, we
what
talk about it.
this is what a neurodivergent podcast is really like.
Seriously. Gosh. Fuck, my brain just went blank.
So let's talk about how to do business when you have so many life changes happening. Like getting a new dog and moving.
Yeah, that's a really good topic actually. That's a really fucking great topic because I feel, and this may just be my insecurity, but and I talked to Maggie about this before, being a young person who is child free, I think sometimes I give off an impression that my life is just very, very calm and boring, and that's why I've been able to start a business. When in reality, it has been a GD shit show for the last year. A lot of life changes, a lot of changes. And now you have a new member to your family, a new doggo,
Mm-hmm.
also a lot of shit. So, what a great time to talk about this.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. And not only that, I had surgery earlier this year. I
Yeah.
mean, like I have dealt with some shit
Yes.
sparkle emoji. So, like, let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So,
Let's get into
yeah,
it.
this isn't planned, but I do think it's important because a lot of people, especially with summer, and if you had kids home this summer,
Mm-hmm.
it this will hit really close to home.
Yeah.
Because when your kids are home, it's easy to feel like, oh shit, I can't even run my business right now because my kids are here.
Yeah.
When in reality, like, that's not how life works.
No, if
You
you're waiting
can't
for things
just,
to be perfect or you'll only
yeah,
keep going when things are perfect, then good fucking luck because our brains alone make it to where it's imperfect. I mean, there's always a lot going
yeah.
on with our brains alone.
Mm-hmm. So let's start off with the, oh, sorry, I saw a plug. See, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. So let's start off with Jamie's situation and talk about the last year and the fact that she
Whew.
started a business in this situation.
All right. Let's just get down to it. So, right now it's August, so right around a year ago, um my husband had very, very, very severe health problems. And I'm not going to disclose them because he's not ready to be open about exactly what happened. But it did require me caring for him 24/7 for about 3 weeks straight. I'm talking like bathing, dressing, toileting, like all activities of daily life. I had to be literally right next to him for 3 weeks. His family, his parents flew out to Missouri. Not flew, they drove out to Missouri to help me because I was still finishing up my master's degree. He had to take a leave of absence from work. My whole world got flipped upside down. I did not know if he was going to recover or what recovery would look like. I was coordinating all of his care with several different doctors, specialists. We went through brain scans. It's been a long journey to recovery. For the most part, now he is recovered, but it wasn't just like 3 weeks and we're good. I mean, it was 3 weeks of very, 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 very intense care. And
Mm-hmm.
after that, things got better over time. So we ended up moving from Missouri to Michigan to live with his parents because I needed help caring for him while I was finishing my degree. Um, from there, we moved into a guest house that we're very fortunate his parents had. That's where we're currently living. He was able to get back to work. Grateful for that. But I started the business soon after we moved to Michigan, actually, in the midst of the peak of his health problems. So my living situation completely changed. My relationship with my husband was completely different. I was his caregiver instead of his wife. I mean, it was both, but when you transition to that caregiver position, things do change.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when I started the business. What happened is I picked up the book called
Sorry.
you're good. I picked up the book called 4 Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. And I'm not like over here like trying to plug his book. He's a 40-year-old white man. His experiences are very different from mine. But it did inspire me that I want to work a job to where one, I can retire my husband, and two, I can spend as much time as possible with him. That's where it started. And I didn't give a fuck what it took to get there. And that's why I started when I did. Um, that was the basis of it. So nothing has been consistent since then between my living situation. We're now moving to Colorado. Um, things are ever changing. For a period of time, his brother and brother's wife and two children and newborn baby also moved into the house where we were staying with Joe's parents. Um, And with my ADHD, it was very overwhelming, very overstimulating. I still had to run a business. It was a lot. So that's what my life has looked like the last year. And of course, continued appointments, care for my husband, for his health, to make sure that not only he continues getting better, but that he stays better. So that's what my life has looked like the last year.
And you have managed to start and run a business.
And I've managed to start and run a business. Yeah.
So part of that, now this isn't shaming anyone who's having a hard time.
No, God, no.
But
Oh my gosh, no. No, no, no.
no. So, but part of that is understanding that you still need to do, especially when you're in a caretaker role for anyone else, you still need to do what's best for you, because
Yeah.
otherwise you're going to grow resentful. So you have to.
Yes.
It's literally one of the only ways to maintain your happiness is doing something for yourself while
Absolutely.
you're taking care of other people. Second of all, there are times during this process that Jamie has had to stop doing the business for her own mental health.
Absolutely.
And that's fine. So while, yeah, you can't wait for everything to be perfect to work, you also need to know when you have to stop working in order to preserve your own sanity.
Right.
So
Like,
there's two sides to
mhm.
that. And I think that's what's most important in this whole lesson is that, yeah, you need to like move figuratively in your business when things aren't perfect, because if you're always waiting for it to be perfect, you'll never get anything done. But you also need to know when that movement is going to cripple you and make it so that you cannot get anything done ever.
Absolutely.
It's a fine line.
It is an incredibly fine line, and if I'm being super transparent, I have pushed myself when I shouldn't have. And being a new business owner, I didn't see the signs of burnout as quickly because I'm a new business owner. I didn't know what burnout as a business owner looked like until I wasn't functional for a couple days. Like I was just downright like over fucking whelmed. And I told you that. And I said, hey, I'm not going to be able to do jack shit for the next few days. And I feel like we're both really good at telling each other when we've hit that mental brick wall and we need to hit pause.
Yeah. And it's really important to know enough about yourself to be able to say, hey, no, I can't. Nope.
Yep.
Nope. But the problem with burnout is that you don't always know that you're in it until you're in
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah.
You don't know it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just like, oh yeah, things are fine. Things are like
Mm-hmm.
everything is terrible. But isn't that how it always is? And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden you're like, no.
You're like, I'm not okay. Yeah.
So burnout is chronic stress. Okay. So that's
Mm-hmm.
the thing. People say, oh, it's burnout. It's just burnout. But you need to identify what burnout is. So
Mm-hmm.
burnout's chronic stress. And in order to overcome burnout, if you want to call it overcoming, or recover from, I guess
Mm-hmm.
would be the best way to say it, you need to identify where the chronic stress is coming from.
Yes.
And when you're dealing with something like, we're going to use Jamie as an example, since she went first, you need to identify where it's coming from. But in Jamie's, it's coming from multiple places, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you need to explore what options you have to step away from. You can't step away from caring for your family.
No.
What are you going to do? Come
Right.
on.
Right.
So, what can you step away from? You can step away from the business side of things, because it it's not, her business is still small,
Mm-hmm.
where you can step away and say to people, hey, and the other part is, not only is her business small, her business is built on prioritizing mental health.
It truly is. There's a reason why I only am front-facing clients 1 hour a week, because I know that to preserve my long-term mental health, I needed to not do a one-to-one model. It wouldn't have worked for me long-term. So that was very strategic. And I also prioritize the quality of care versus how much money I'm going to be making. And that's why I'm not taking on clients. It's literally for my mental health. I know that there's a lot of things going on in my life. I need to still study for my boards. I need to move. And I know that my current clients are getting a very high quality of care that I'm not willing to jeopardize by bringing on more people. But yes, there is a reason why I'm only front-facing clients 1 hour a week, and then throughout the week I'm messaging them through the Discord app to keep in touch and to make sure they're on track.
And that is easy to manage.
It is.
Because, and it might not feel it some days, don't get me wrong. Some days it's like, please don't anybody talk to me. Don't anybody talk. I don't care who you are, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
But once you identify that chronic stress, you can see, okay, I can, here are the options I have. And if you don't see your options, you need to talk to somebody else. And that can be friends, family, therapist, coach. Which
absolutely
tell you to talk to all the time. Like,
yes.
That's not news. We're always saying, like, talk to somebody else, because when you are in the middle of a situation, you're too close to it.
You are. I mean, shit. I had a therapy session with my therapist a couple days after I was just like straight up overwhelmed, burnt out, chronic stress, because a lot of our listeners probably feel this way. For me, depression is not a primary, it's a secondary condition from long-term anxiety. So my baseline is anxiety, but when anxiety is too intense for a long period of time, that's when it turns into depression. And I straight up talked to my therapist, hey, I'm feeling depressed. And he had really great feedback that I tell all of my clients. Prioritize like what you can step away from, break down what does need to get done, put it in a list, and put it in a realistic timeline. Exactly what I tell all of my clients. But I was too fucking close to it to hear it. And you've also been really great at reminding me, hey, BU doesn't need to launch by a certain date. Mental health is priority. Like, put that first. We'll launch BU when we can. So, yeah, it takes coach, takes therapist.
It's not that it's not that serious. Like,
yeah,
things are serious. Things are serious. Your mental health is serious. Mm-hmm. But when you're looking at this to-do list that is so massive,
yeah,
remind yourself that we're all going to be dead eventually anyway. And literally in 100 years, none of us are going to exist.
It's the most morbid and comforting thing I've ever heard. She said this when we were at the studio doing pictures, and I don't know what, I was getting worked up over something fucking stupid, and you're like, it's not that serious. We're all going to be dead soon. And I'm just like, that's the most fucked up and comforting thing I've ever heard. It's hilarious, but it works.
It's like
it's not that serious.
It's like, yeah, in the moment, this is horrible. Mm-hmm. And in 100 years, no one will remember us except for our ancestors.
Right.
So it doesn't matter.
Doesn't. Really, really doesn't.
So relax.
Calm down. Calm down, but start your business.
Right, start your business because you want your ancestors to remember you and you want to make an impact on people's lives.
Yeah.
But those people are going to be dead too. But, like, make their time here worth it. Make their time here at least worth it.
They're going to die too, but
we're all going to be dead. So in the end,
it's fine.
In the end, let's just all put on like flowing linen dresses and go play in the woods. I don't know. I give up. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Don't listen to me.
Don't do that.
But that's the thing. Like, when you get so overwhelmed, just look at the broad strokes of it all.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter in 100 years.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter. Unless you're inventing like a car or something, then maybe it'll matter. But probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not. We're literally, it's a ripple effect of how we're affecting each other. Mm-hmm. And yes, that will matter. The impact will matter. But like the picture you're taking or like the Zoom call you're getting on is not going
Not
to
that
matter.
big of a deal. Yeah.
Like everybody relax.
Everyone calm down. Calm down, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. That's just not that serious.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing, like once you're okay, so like let's say that you're at that point and you finally identified like, okay, I need to step away from this, I need to step away from this. But how do you
Mm-hmm.
get to the point where you're not going to feel that burnout again in 2 months? So at that point, you need to, well, take control of your schedule, take control of your life because
Mm-hmm.
big changes happen. And that is the whole point of this episode. But the easiest way to prevent it from happening again is to set boundaries.
Yes, boundaries around your time, around your energy, who you're spending time with, prioritizing fun again, doing something simply because you enjoy it. Because if you're listening to this podcast, it's probably because you are a very high achieving person, or you're a high achieving business owner. You're going to be one day if you're not already. And you get so caught up, especially in the building phase of what can I do? How do I strategize? What can I do different? When you're learning so much, and it's exciting. It's exhilarating. It brings a lot of dopamine, and sometimes it's really hard to pull away from that simply to relax. Speaking from experience, and we talked about this recently. I have to work on bringing leisure time back into my day. Like I had
Mm-hmm.
to force myself to watch hours of Netflix because I hadn't finished an entire episode, and I don't know how long.
Yeah. It's really important to prioritize that. And that's like I made a post I think last week on Instagram and I said that self-care is less about bubble baths and more about boundaries
Yeah.
because that is really that's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, yeah, bubble baths are great, but to get to the bubble bath, you have to put a boundary in place that says, "Hey, my work time, my brainstorm, even if it's just for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't even have to be other people's access to you. It could be your own access to you. It needs to
Mm-hmm.
stop. So that way you can even take a bubble bath so
Yeah.
that you can shut your brain down. I had to buy, because of the whole, getting the dogs used to each other, I had
Mm-hmm.
to buy noise canceling headphones, which is something that Jamie preaches nonstop. Like she will tell you that it's one of the best investments you can ever make.
I will.
And
Like you can, if you're broke right now and on food stamps, I'm still gonna tell you to look into getting a $20 pair of noise canceling headphones. Like
yeah,
fucking life changing.
and she's not wrong. Okay, like not wrong at all. Get noise canceling headphones. So I got them because I cannot handle this time period where Crowley really is whining because he can't see Cosmo and like it's just blah 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 blah. Like it's just a lot. And that gives me anxiety because I love animals and I want them all to be happy. And when I hear that one is not happy because he wants to see him and he's sad he can't, like that makes me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So the boundary I had to put in place for myself was not to hear it,
Yeah.
was not to give that any more attention because the dogs are fine. They really are. They're
Mm-hmm.
just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing that to myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I went on and paid Amazon for same day arrival. I went on at 4 like 20 in the afternoon
Mm-hmm.
and paid for arrival between 5 and 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
because I couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
And then when it arrived, I charged them and I used them all night.
Yeah.
Like I fell asleep with them on. I mean, I promptly took them off because, when you wake up, like there was literally no need once I was asleep, but
Yeah.
because when all the dogs were asleep too.
Yeah.
But that's a boundary I put in place for myself because I was like, I'm stressing myself out.
Yes.
No one is doing this to me. No one. So that's something to understand when you're when you're feeling stress is that stress is your reaction to the situation. The
Mm-hmm.
situation simply is.
Yes.
So chronic stress is you reacting to a bunch of different situations at the same time and continuing to do it continuing not to put a boundary in place, continuing not to figure out how to solve that situation. And that is where Jamie really would come in handy if it's an ADHD problem, because she's really amazing at boundaries. Now, as you heard, she's not actually taking any clients, but when she is,
yeah.
or like talk to a therapist, talk to somebody who is a pro at setting up boundaries. And if it's boundaries in your business, I can help you with that. Like, I am really good at setting up boundaries in my business. You want to talk to me and it's outside of time? Girl, bye. Like, we will talk during business hours when I am available.
Yep.
So as a reminder, you don't need to apologize for needing help. You don't need to apologize for asking for help. You don't need to apologize for your current mental state or taking time to find your peace or your, recovering your mental state.
Yeah.
You don't need to apologize for any of these things.
No.
It's really important to remember that when you're going through a big change.
It's really important to remember that always, because as people with ADHD, Maggie, you and I, we were not born with amazing boundaries. Those are things that we had to learn through over time, through therapy, through self-development, it took a lot of fucking years and a lot of hard works. And if you don't have those in place, it's very possible that I would say there's a 99 point. No, I'm actually going to say there's a 100% chance you need professional help getting that. Because if you were brought up in a family that did not have healthy boundaries, good luck figuring it out all by yourself. I know I needed help. I needed fucking years of therapy and now coaching. So,
and I needed help. It took me, I was in my 30s before I figured it out.
Yeah. So,
And now I'm in my
get the
40s
help
and
you need.
I'm just like, piss off.
Piss off. And that's and don't think that that's a small thing to hire somebody for help with. If you're a business owner and you don't have boundaries around your time and your energy, talk to Maggie. If you are a woman with ADHD having a hard time with boundaries around family, with just in life in general, then I will drop my inquiry form in the show notes. You can fill it out, and then I'll talk to you when I am taking on new clients. But reach out to a professional, whether that be a psychologist, me, Maggie, I don't know, somebody. You need help. Go get it in check.
And I mean, business problems are rarely business problems.
Right.
They're almost always life problems that are just seeping into your business.
Yeah.
So almost all of my clients are just dealing with life problems that have seeped in. And it's the boundaries thing might show up in your business, but you're not enforcing boundaries somewhere else to have let it get to that point.
Real talk. If that comment hurt you, then you need Maggie in your life, because it means it's true for you.
Yeah. If that bummed you out, then chatwithmaggie.com is where you
should
would
probably give her your credit card information right now. Now's a good time for an ad break. Okay, ad break. Hi, do you have terrible fucking boundaries in your business? Are you chronically exhausted yet seem to have a hard time making money? Or the money that you are making, it doesn't matter because you're tired all the fucking time and you don't even know how to spend it? You should probably talk to Maggie at chatwithmaggie.com. Maggie will teach you how to do boundaries in your business and in your life. Chatwithmaggie.com. Or just stalk her on maggieeisley.com. That's MAGGIEISLEY.com. Okay, our ad is over.
I like that you said how to do boundaries.
How to do
We're
boundaries.
We're going to do them. We're going to do it.
Do
Let's
boundaries.
Do it.
Yeah, we're just going to do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. That's so funny. I was sitting over here while he woke up. I was taking pictures of Sleepy Cosmo.
Oh, it's a baby.
Yeah, sleepy baby. It's sleepy baby. Oh my gosh. Don't worry. I just have the cutest dog in the whole wide world. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Nobody worry. He's just the cutest. He's a pumpkin man. Who's a
Is
pumpkin?
there a way we can't put pictures in the show
Oh,
notes,
he
can
woke up.
we? I was gonna figure out a way to put a picture of him in the show notes, but I don't know how to do things like that. That's not possible. That's fine. He will be all over my my Facebook group. So my business donates 5% of the profits to animal shelters. This month it's going to, I can't even remember the name of the animal shelter.
Kind Hands for something.
Kind Hands for Paws?
For Paws, maybe.
Yeah, Kind Hands for Paws. I'm probably just gonna partner with them permanently. We'll see how it goes when I talk to the president. But yeah, 5% of the revenue goes right towards shelter animals because I care too much about animals not to help all of them, or at least try. So if you want to see what Cosmo looks like, you are welcome to join my Facebook group, which is called Outsmart ADHD, a community for women with ADHD. And I'm going to be featuring him because he's so fucking cute. And he just got adopted.
He did. He just got adopted on the 30th.
It's a baby. I'll put a link. If you want to see Cosmo, I will put a link to the Facebook group in the show notes this week. I don't typically, but everyone should see Cosmo. So I will put a link there so they can see him.
He's so precious.
He's perfect.
He's practically perfect. We should have named you Mary Poppins. He's practically perfect in every way.
Maggie, we didn't talk about any of your life transitions. We just talked about me for fucking ever. You had surgery? You have a dog?
All over Instagram. You can just literally go on my Instagram and read about them.
She's like, I am too important to repeat all of this. Go on Instagram. What's your handle?
Oh, it's been 46 minutes, so I thought maybe.
True.
It's Maggie, as in Maggie. D, as in my middle initial. Maggie as in Maggie. D as in my middle initial. Isley as in my last name.
D as in Dick. D as in Dick.
D as in Maggie. Dickhead. Maggie as in Maggie. D as in Dickhead. Isley as in my last name. That's my handle.
Isley has an S in it. I called you by the right.
Why?
I called you the wrong last name for fucking months, Maggie, and you never corrected me.
Yeah, it's because everyone does.
I know, but I feel bad. I really feel bad when I mispronounce people's names. So
people
when I
call me Eiley all the time.
I'm so sorry I did that. I try really hard to ask people the correct pronunciations before I say it. And with you, I didn't. I just said it wrong for fucking months until I heard you say it. And I'm like, oh, I've been calling you the wrong name for a long time.
Yeah, people do that a lot. They call me Eiley. And it's like, oh, it's cute. You've never heard of the Isley Brothers.
Yeah.
They did.
No.
They did Shout, the song Shout.
Oh, no way.
You want to shout?
Yeah. Okay.
That's the Isley Brothers, spelled the exact same way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And
I didn't know that.
I think it's hilarious when people say Eiley because I'm like, oh, you're cute. You don't know.
Oh, you don't know anything. No,
I'm like, oh, you don't know old-timey music.
Oh.
That's cute. Because then I have 2 sons and they're the Isley Brothers, but not those Isley Brothers.
Not those ones.
Not those ones, because that's going to be trademark infringement probably.
Yeah, no, not that.
So not those guys.
Yeah.
My sons are not Ronald and whatever the hell the other guy's name is.
Right. Maggie, do you have your tarot cards next to the bed? Because we told them we were going to do a tarot reading.
Oh, these haven't been cleansed.
Oh, well then don't use them. That's fine.
I'm not trying to
Don't give me bad juju, bitch. I don't want that.
And me.
Yeah.
Well, my other ones are in the kitchen. So next week.
Oh, that's too far away. No. Cosmo was the priority, and we did say that we would do it in an intro. It'll be the intro next week.
Yeah, next week in the intro.
And we don't apologize because it's Cosmo. It's a dog. And if you have a problem with us talking about the dog. And we forgot. So, it's fine.
I don't know if you heard, but we have ADHD. That's like a thing that we both have. I don't know if anyone
Yeah.
told you.
I don't know if anyone told you that, but we do have it. So,
I'm
yeah.
like super ADHD. I'm
Mm-hmm.
medicated today too, and I totally forgot.
Oh, yeah, I am
Yeah.
too. I had to make too many calls to do it unmedicated. I have to call on I called on the utilities today. I have to call on the internet. I have to call and order the U-Haul. I'm not doing that unmedicated. No, thank you.
I would die.
Yeah, I'm
Trying to
not
make
doing
those
that.
calls unmedicated.
Not doing it. I'm
If
doing it medicated.
someone was like, call and switch over the utilities, I would, even medicated, I'd be like, no. We
That's,
will do
yeah.
business by Pony Express, and we will do candlelight, and
Uh-huh.
it will be fine. And
It'll be totally
I will send
fine.
telegrams
Yes.
with drawings in them for all of
Yes.
my creative.
Yes.
Okay, you calm down. You, sorry, here comes the dog. I'm not sorry,
Do
actually.
not apologize. So cute. He is so much bigger than the other dogs. It's hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
I see his butt all the way over by the pillows.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, he's
Oh!
really long. I don't know. I don't know if you heard, but his mom there was part dog, so,
Yeah.
and part
Oh my
Chihuahua.
god.
So she was
I
a cutie
can
me. Ow.
I cannot
Go
wait
on.
to kiss his face. He's gonna have his own bed when he visits. Like I'm gonna get him a nice bed so that he
Look at
has
this
his own
giant
little
head.
bed. He's
He's
a
like,
baby. He doesn't have a
I got
big
this.
head.
Yeah. And his tongue is like big dog tongue. Like, you know what I mean?
So cute.
Like that really big, thick, wide tongue. My
Yes. Oh
dogs
my
have a
gosh.
tongue the size of your thumb, like that real
Uh-huh.
small tongue.
Uh-huh.
This dog has a normal big dog tongue.
Oh, he's so disproportionate. How freaking cute.
He is so disproportionate. And I'm just
Oh.
like, aw, you're like a Sims dog, where I just put all the pieces together wrong. I love
Right.
it.
If
I
you
love it
want
so much.
if you want to donate directly to the Kind Hands for Paws, then sign up for body doubling because 100% of the first month goes directly towards the puppies. And I'll put the link in the show notes.
Yeah, do that, because then you get body doubling too.
Yeah. And honestly, if you don't like the service, just sign up for a month and then cancel. I'm still going to give that first full month to the dogs. Like, do it for the dogs. Do it for the dogs. You
Oh my
shouldn't cancel
gosh.
because it's really helpful, but like if you do, it's fine because do it for the dogs.
And he's got a whole bunch of litter mates that aren't ready yet. That's what the president was telling me. What are you doing over there? You just
Oh,
swapping
sorry.
things?
I was fidgeting with my gallon of water.
Oh, so but yeah, his foster mom, who's also the president, was saying that she has his litter mates still, and
Oh,
they're not all up yet. Like they're not up. She's putting one up at a time as she gets them ready, like personality wise.
how fucking
And
great would it be if we helped to get them all adopted? I'll just like spam my Facebook group with pictures.
oh my god, and she meets you like, well, I mean, obviously these people outside of Ohio wouldn't do that, but she
Mm-hmm.
meets you halfway. She met me halfway,
Oh,
so that way I didn't have to drive as far.
oh,
Because she's like, "Are you gonna come 77?" And I was like, "Sure." I don't know.
yeah,
I haven't looked up directions.
yeah.
And she was like, "I'll meet you at this exit if you want to meet me there." And I looked, and it took like an hour and 15 minutes off my drive time. I was like, "Okay."
Aww.
So
People who foster are like the world's greatest people. Joe
yeah.
said that we could do it after we own a house, but I don't know if it's in my best interest
Mm-mm,
because
mm-mm,
we also were
mm-mm.
quote unquote fostering Bruno, lol. So,
Yeah, I can't foster.
yeah, I
If
think I'll just
I
give them
foster,
money.
I will own all the dogs. I'll be
All
like,
of them.
I'm fostering. I'll be like, no, they were a bad fit. They can't have this.
Oh, this dog
They,
is terrible here. I'll just take care of it until it dies. It's
I'll be
fine.
like, this is a red zone case. And they'll be like,
Yeah.
he's always licking your face. And I'll be like, red zone. He's trying to eat me. We're going to have to keep him here. Like, this one bites my nose to play. And he only
Uh-huh.
bites my nose. I think he bit Sean's nose a little bit, but he
Uh-huh.
hasn't bit either of the kids' nose. And it's like affectionate to
Uh-huh.
play.
Uh-huh.
And Logan saw him bite my nose and he's like, oh my gosh, he bit you. I was like, no, he didn't. He puts his mouth on my nose. Like, he doesn't bite at all. He just puts his mouth on my nose to
Oh.
play. And I'm just like, Oh my god, he's the cutest dog I've ever seen in my life. Because, like,
He's so
Crowley will,
cute.
like, Crowley doesn't bite people at all, but he'll eat another dog. And Crowley will once he's amped up, like, he will, even with us, clamp down. But he would
Yeah.
never do that just unprovoked.
Yeah.
But once he sees another dog, his anxiety gets him so amped up, it's really hard to calm him
Oh,
down.
baby.
So
Hopefully
I
the
can't wait
anxiety
for his
meds help.
appointment. I can't wait
Yeah.
for his appointment. And
Oh.
he's going to be 10 this year. So, I mean, he's old. Crowley
Oh.
is. He's going to be 10 in October.
It's a baby.
He's an old man. Crowley's an old man. And Sam's going to be 9 this month.
Oh, you have two old men.
That's why I needed a puppy in here.
Yeah.
Because I can't just sit around with 2 old men.
No, and you're married to one too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's too many old
I
men
just
in
have
one house.
all these old men all around me, and I'm just like, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not into this old man energy.
Right. Right.
So, all right. I think we're good. We just can't stop. Won't stop going for like an hour.
Yeah, I guess it's for Cosmo. I'm not sorry about it. So.
He's perfection.
He's perfection. Go on the Facebook group and then go donate.
The only time I've ever heard him bark is when he saw his own reflection.
How fucking cute is that?
It was so adorable. I almost died.
Did we mention that if you don't like dogs, we don't want you listening to this podcast? I don't know if we mentioned that yet, but...
They aren't listening anymore if they don't like dogs. That's all we talked about. It's all we talked about. I'm just like, don't apologize for your mental health. Also, get out of here if you don't like dogs.
Fuck off if you don't like dogs. We don't like you anyway.
Also, we're extremely intolerant of other people who don't like dogs.
Yeah, incredibly intolerant. Incredibly.
So sorry.
Unless you've been like attacked by a dog.
I was bit by a German Shepherd, and you know what? I still like them.
Actually, yeah, there's no excuses. There's no excuses
because you know what?
Yeah.
There's everybody has a story, including dogs.
Yeah.
So
there.
I will not accept it. Because even people, like when I went to New York City, it doesn't matter when I went and why, but I was at a house party out in the rich people towns.
Mm-hmm.
And I met this Australian man who was like, I don't understand having dogs as pets. Dogs are outside things. When I grew up, like, dogs are outside animals. We do not keep them as he was dead serious. So like he was married. It was I was at a fundraiser for a private school. It was whatever, it doesn't matter. And we were talking about like animals, and he was like, yeah, I don't keep pets indoors. He's like, because pets for us they were keeping like the bugs and all, like they were keeping pests away. He's like, they aren't indoor things.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like the only time that I can kind of see it, is if you're culturally, and he didn't hate animals. He just didn't see them as an indoor thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like animals aren't indoor things for him, because he was raised where they are farm animals. Which is wild to me. That blows my mind.
That is crazy.
So that's the only time I can kind of see an exception, is if you're raised in an experience where they're just not indoor. You know, like that'd be like having a cow inside.
Honestly, that's how I feel about kids. I'm like, I don't see them as...
I've never seen kids outside forever, except like on one of those, like, give them your money because, Starvin' Marvin from South Park. Like, that's the only time that I've ever seen kids outside.
Yeah, kids probably shouldn't like live outside, but
yeah,
I would probably be more tolerant to a person that says like, yeah, like I keep my kid outside all the time. Like, I think that kids should be outdoors.
I don't think you would be. I don't think you would be.
I'm totally joking. I wouldn't. I would fuck someone up.
I just don't think you would be.
I would fuck someone up.
I think you'd be like, oh, that's interesting. And then you'd call CPS on them.
Oh, I have absolutely called CPS. My last field work, I was fucking pissed. It was very obvious that a kid, someone needed to call in for a kid, and and the people around me weren't doing it. And I'm just like, so who's going to fucking call in?
Are you a mandatory reporter as an OT?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. OTs are mandatory reporters. And it was making me really angry that there was very obvious signs of sexual abuse of one of the kiddos at the clinic. And they were just like, oh, well, there's no solid evidence. And then anyway, I was fucking angry. I will call in, no fucking problem. I've done it a few times. I don't tolerate any type of abuse.
Joking.
I was joking. Like, I will straight up fuck someone up.
You're like, not only mandatory report, I will also murder. That's also something I do.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll make it look like an accident. You won't find my fingerprints. It's fine.
Don't fuck with me. It's fine. I burned them off.
I burned them off. No, I'm not a kid hater. People who listen to this, I don't see kids in my cards as of right now, but I do love
That's
kids.
A tarot joke.
It's not in my cards. Maggie pulled them before this and they said no kids. But anyway. But yeah. No.
But that's that I was wondering if OTs were mandatory reporters. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, I think any
healthcare position.
I was gonna say I think any healthcare position would be. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this has been a fun hour and 75 minutes, I feel like, but I guess it's only been an hour. We're just like, so we don't even have a topic. Oh, I'm just kidding. Here is everything that's ever happened to Jamie, and also here's Maggie's take on it, and also Maggie's not going to share anything. Bye.
Yeah. And Cosmo.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
Good episode.
Good time, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.